Voltaire, the apostle of reason, contemplates the world with wit and wisdom, his gaze piercing the illusions of his age. Paris awakens under the morning sun, a city alive with chatter, commerce, and the vibrant pulse of Enlightenment society. In this quiet study, ideas that would ignite revolutions are penned, each stroke of the quill a spark of reason. Voltaire's writings, meticulously crafted and daring, challenged authority and illuminated the power of reason. The city of Paris, a living canvas for the ideas that would echo across centuries, unfolds beneath the watchful eyes of its thinkers. Knowledge amassed over centuries, waiting to be questioned, analyzed, and understood by inquisitive minds like Voltaire's. Every word written is an act of defiance, a testament to the enduring power of reason. In the solitude of his study, ideas that would challenge kings and institutions flicker into existence like the candle's flame. Even amidst nature's tranquility, his mind races, questioning, analyzing, and illuminating the world with reason. Candide, a masterpiece of satire and reason, sits among Voltaire's notes, a beacon of laughter and insight amidst the chaos of the world. By candlelight, Voltaire absorbs knowledge, each page a spark in the quiet of the night, shaping the ideas that will challenge the world. Even as the day fades, his mind wanders through ideas, questioning society, reason, and the human condition. Every flicker of light on the page mirrors the spark of thought, illuminating truths that challenge tradition. Within these walls, centuries of wisdom whisper, awaiting minds ready to listen, question, and illuminate the path of reason. Amid the warmth of the hearth, ideas ignite, reflections deepen, and the mind charts the course of enlightenment. In the vast halls of knowledge, he sought not just answers, but questions that would reshape the world. Amid the hum of Parisian life, he sharpened his pen into a weapon stronger than any blade. Even the gilded halls of power could not silence his name. Whispers of Voltaire carried more weight than decrees of kings. His words spread in secret, pressed by hidden hands, igniting minds faster than kings could silence them. To carry his words was to carry danger itself, but still, they risked everything for truth. In Paris, even the silence carried whispers and danger. Every page carried more than words, it carried defiance. In a city ruled by watchful eyes, even the smallest movement carried consequence. Every stroke of ink was a spark, igniting thoughts that could challenge empires. And so a voice rose in the city of lights, ready to challenge the night with reason and courage. Even as a boy, he questioned everything, scribbling ideas that would one day challenge kings. In hidden corners, he devoured forbidden knowledge, learning to think beyond walls and authority. His words, though small, dared to question those who claimed unquestionable power. He pondered the world beyond the classroom, imagining truths no one dared speak aloud. Here, amidst the quiet of books, the foundations of reason began to awaken within him. In solitude, he pondered the world, letting questions bloom like the garden around him. In whispers and shadows, young minds dared to question the world. Night after night, he poured his thoughts onto paper, forging ideas that dared to challenge the world. Within these pages lay ideas that could topple empires, hidden from all but the brave. In smoky cafes, his words ignited sparks, sparks that would soon become flames. Against the weight of authority, he stood unshaken, his weapon not the sword, but the word. In the silence of the night, his words became fire-challenging powers no blade could reach. The guardians of order came not for justice, but to silence a dangerous voice. Ideas cannot be shackled, yet tonight their author would be. Into the storm he was taken. Yet the true tempest lived within his words. The Bastille was not just a prison of stone, was meant to break the spirit of men. They could cage his body, but his voice had already escaped into eternity, even in chains. His words found ways to slip through the cracks of tyranny. Power sought to control him, but every opening was a chance to endure. Even in isolation, his mind roamed free, charting the realms that stone could never imprison. Through hidden letters, his ideas leaped beyond the walls, finding minds ready to listen. Though walls confined his body, his mind soared, unshackled and unstoppable. Even behind bars, glimpses of the outside world reminded him that thought could never be imprisoned. From within the darkness, the spark of rebellion was ready to ignite a flame no chains could contain. Here, in the quiet of study, the seeds of enlightenment began to take root. Through letters and correspondence, his ideas reached minds across borders, spreading the light of reason. In hushed salons, ideas flourished, shaping minds and daring the world to think differently. His words, sharp and alive, challenged minds to embrace reason and question the unquestioned. But every spark of reason he lit drew the ire of those who clung to absolute authority. Voltaire stood unflinching, his words a shield against the fury of the powerful. Even behind bars, his pen carved freedom into the silence of the cell. His words found their way out, igniting minds far beyond the walls meant to silence him. His defiance became fuel for hidden gatherings, where whispers of change grew louder with every word. The shadow of the Bastille loomed, a fortress of silence built to crush the power of words. In the silence of chains, the pen became a weapon sharper than any blade. The Bastille was not just stone and iron, it was the shadow of tyranny cast over an entire nation. Judgment was swift, but justice was never part of the design, even in captivity. His words refused to be caged. In solitude, his mind plotted revolutions no walls could contain. Every hidden corner held a chance for ideas to survive and spread through secret channels. His words began to ripple outward, igniting minds one letter at a time, carried by unseen hands. His thoughts found their way into hearts eager for change. Each letter was a seed, quietly germinating thought and courage in minds beyond the prison walls. His ideas moved like whispers through the city, awakening curiosity and daring in every corner they touched. From these letters, the philosophy of reason began to take root in minds hungry for knowledge. Ideas once confined to walls now moved silently through the streets, planting the seeds of change. In quiet corners of the city, the flames of reason began to catch, igniting eager minds. Through careful study, his teachings seeded thought that could no longer be contained. In these hidden corners, the philosophy of reason found willing hearts ready to nurture it. Through the unnoticed paths of the city, his ideas traveled, reaching minds hungry for reason. In hushed gatherings, the philosophy of reason spread, igniting curiosity and courage. His philosophy moved quietly, hidden in plain sight, igniting minds without drawing notice. In quiet attics, minds awakened, embracing ideas that could not be contained. Each delivery carried the spark of reason, igniting hearts in hidden corners of Paris. In these quiet studies, his words took root, nurturing minds that would carry them forward. Ideas once confined to walls now traveled unnoticed, planting seeds of thought in every corner. In hidden libraries, the ideas of reason found eager minds, quietly igniting sparks of understanding through unseen hands. His philosophy continued its silent journey, reaching hearts ready to embrace it. In hidden corners of Paris, secret gatherings nurtured the seeds of reason, where Voltaire's words sparked courage and curiosity. His words escaped the salons and whispered through the streets reason, spreading like fire in whim. The dawn of a new world. The church struck back, branding his words as heresy, yet every attempt to silence him only echoed his name louder across Europe. Voltaire answered not with fear, but with fire. His pen defied the thunder, turning every threat into ink that would outlive empires. Long before the world knew his name, the boy who would become Voltaire had already broken his first chain, the chain of silence. Each word he wrote was a spark, forbidden, dangerous, yet destined to ignite minds across centuries. In the heart of silence and stone, they locked away his body, but never his ideas. even behind iron bars. Voltaire's mind roamed free, sketching the first sparks of rebellion in ink and fire. Ideas, once born, find their way even through the cracks of a prison wall. Even caged minds find wings. His words traveled where he could not. His ideas spread like fire beneath the silence, a whisper that would soon shake a throne. Within the salons, his words ignited minds, planting seeds that would bloom into revolution. In hidden corners, his words sparked debate, quiet revolutions of thought, unseen but unstoppable. Every stroke of his pen was a challenge to authority. Each word a spark that would ignite minds across nations. Even in the shadows, his ideas traveled quietly, boldly, and impossible to contain. After a lifetime of struggle, his triumph was silent but eternal, a smile carrying the weight of ideas that would outlive him. Through laughter and reflection, Voltaire taught that even in a world full of horrors, hope and reason could prevail. Not only a philosopher, but a shrewd investor, he ensured his mind's legacy was matched by worldly security. He foresaw the storm, an explosion waiting for the first opportunity. A world ready to erupt with ideas. Even amidst horror, Voltaire believed in laughter, the fragile, enduring hope of humanity. His words became a beacon, traveling across generations, guiding minds toward reason, freedom, and courage. Amid the storm of tyranny and ignorance, he chose to be the candle, fragile yet unyielding. His mind was not only revolutionary in thought, but shrewd in ensuring his legacy would endure, both on paper and in the world. Through laughter, critique, and insight, Voltaire's words continued to ripple, a quiet echo of enlightenment for all who listened. Ideas, once sparked, cannot be contained. They gather momentum like storms brewing on the horizon. At last, the man who challenged thrones and dogma witnessed the quiet triumph of his ideas, a legacy etched in the minds of Siza. A legacy etched in the minds of Siza. Though the man rests, his pen remains immortal in thought, shaping minds beyond the constraints of time. Here, among the eloquent and the elite, Voltaire's wit reigned, slicing through ignorance with elegance and laughter. He did not seek to destroy faith, but to awaken reason within it, the eternal struggle between belief and understanding. They tried to silence his words, to bury thought beneath royal seals, yet ideas, once freed, never die. In the quiet corners of Paris, his words traveled in whispers, sparks of defiance hidden beneath the silence of fear. Hidden presses roared in silence, spreading Voltaire's fire through the veins of a terrified kingdom. Voltaire's words passed not by shouts, but by whispers, a revolution written in secret breaths. Each page was a spark, forbidden, fragile, yet powerful enough to ignite an empire. In the glittering salons of Paris, his ideas moved like whispers, elegant, rebellious, unstoppable. His pen was not a tool. It was a sword, slicing through ignorance and fear with every stroke. In the salons of Paris, his ideas traveled faster than fire, whispered between fans and wine cups, lighting minds before the monarchy knew it was burning. Even in silence, resistance thrived, Voltaire's ideas moving unseen, shaping minds from shadow to light, a single flame of reason, flickering yet unextinguished, lighting the path of enlightenment for all who dared to see. As dawn broke over Paris, whispers of change stirred in every street and alley, unseen yet shaping the heartbeat of a city. In the quiet of night, he reflected each word, each thought, a spark poised to ignite the minds of tomorrow, even hidden from the world. Knowledge refused to slumber. Voltaire's words, patiently waiting for minds bold enough to seek them. In every corner of the city, ideas circulated like currency, valuable, contagious, and impossible to contain. In solitude, he nurtured the flame of reason, quiet yet persistent, shaping thoughts that would outlive the night. As the city stirred, so too did the seeds of enlightenment quietly carried in hands, hearts, and whispers. He gazed upon the city he had sought to enlighten, knowing each idea planted would grow in ways he could scarcely imagine. Every word, every line was a deliberate act, a scholar shaping thought with patience and precision. In hidden corners, thoughts ignited minds, quietly building a network of enlightenment under the watchful eyes of authority. The church listened, wary and fearful, for reason, once spoken, could not be silenced by decree or prayer. In the glittering halls of power, his words echoed like distant thunder, elegant, inevitable, and deeply unsettling. They could banish the man, but never the idea. His exile became the forge where conviction turned to destiny. In exile, he found freedom, not of place, but of mind. Solitude became his sanctuary, and truth his only companion. Through ink and paper, he built an empire of thought, letters that crossed borders where armies could not. His words moved faster than armies, shaping minds across a continent hungry for reason. His refuge became a beacon. Minds from every corner came to sit at his table, to listen, to argue, to dream. In his salon, ideas caught fire. Liberty, tolerance, and reason burned brighter than any candle. Faith demanded silence, but Voltaire's reason refused to kneel. Each word he wrote was a spark, and every spark, a danger. Ideas, once confined to ink and candlelight, now began to walk the streets, quietly awakening minds. A single page could spark a revolution in a mind and in this young thinker. The flame was ignited. In the circle of thinkers, debate was the spark that turned knowledge into action. Every spark of thought was watched. Yet the fire of reason could not be contained, though unseen by many. His influence had taken root, quiet, steadfast, and impossible to ignore. A pen, a page, a thought, and the world slowly began to bend toward reason. As the sun set, he knew the dawn of reason would outlast any shadow of fear. Though centuries pass, the flame of reason endures, a quiet light that no darkness can extinguish.